Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Hello and welcome to In.form, of course, here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and we've done a little bit of a switcheroo here today. I feel out of place because normally there's someone else in the driver's seat, especially in the mornings here on 101 Country WBDC, but we've put him on the other side of the board, Mr. Ty Hunter, our WBDC program director. How does it feel to be over there and not on this side of the board?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I feel a lot lower.
Yeah, also because I'm standing, so I guess that
also
doesn't
true.
help. But you are here today, of course, to talk about one of those.
Smells like bees are in here.
Ew. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm on this side then, so that I don't have to smell that. So we're glad you're here, of course. Again, it's kind of strange swapping places here, but maybe this will calm you down just a little bit. It's kind of hard to say that, but here to talk about one of those very big, spectacular events that we host once a year here on 101 Country WBDC. 18 WJTS helps a little bit. It's a big thing for the company, something that has happened for multiple years now. I think we're up in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken, but we are here today to talk about the annual Country Showdown happening on Friday, June 6, 2025 at the Jasper Arts Center. So before we get into the submissions and all of the details of the event itself, will you tell us a little bit about the history of the Country Showdown?
So we are actually 43rd annual Country Showdown. Now, if we want to get technical about things, it's technically, I guess, the 44th. We did it a year before what used to be a national competition. It used to be a 3-night thing, and then it came down to a 2-night thing, and now it's a 1-day thing. But 43 years we've been doing this. It has been an amazing thing for us as far as this is, oddly enough, as we are doing this interview right now during Super Bowl week. This is our Super Bowl. It's the Country Showdown. And this gives people out there, whether they be bands or individuals, a chance at performing on a fantastic stage. Obviously, the beautiful Jasper Arts Center, a professional sound guy, a professional backup band, and really for some of these contestants over the years, their first opportunity to get in front of a large crowd, and especially our crowd. And I say that because our listeners are the best of crowds. They appreciate country music. They appreciate talent. They're always there to have a good time. And it is such a blast each and every year. And we made the change last year to move it to a Friday. Why was it always on Thursdays? I don't know. But we finally moved it to Friday following demands from our audience, and it seemed to work out great. We're going to do it again this year, Friday, June 6th. Very excited for it. Again, 43 years.
Which is kind of crazy to think because, BDC is also celebrating a big birthday later on this year, right?
Yes, we will be turning 50.
Wow.
Yes. We can look pretty good for 50.
Yeah, I would say so. It's we've got some stuff in the works. We're still planning out some things, so that'll be exciting to see how that kind of transpires. But the showdown, again, is our really big Super Bowl experience here at 101 Country WBDC. So, making that as big as ever. And again, it is really, really, really about the talent. And it is a country talent show. So, it's something you're not going to find, I don't think, anywhere else, especially not in Southern, or especially specifically for Southern Indiana. It would make it a little bit special. So with that, we are currently looking for entries for the showdown, right?
Yes, the entry period is open. And again, this is a little earlier than normal, but we want to give everybody a chance to get their entries in. If anyone out there has ever thought of participating in this showdown, it's a $30 entry fee. The March 28th, it's a Friday, March 28th is the absolute deadline to get your entry in. Now, just because you put your entry in, it does not mean you're going to be in the showdown. Unfortunately, due to, time restraints, we can only have a certain number of contestants on our stage. So that's a really hard process that we have to go through at the end of March, early into April, is kind of narrowing that down to our contestants this year. Not everybody can make it in, but get your entry in. If you've never submitted before for the showdown, if you can provide us a link to maybe a YouTube video or something on social media, or even just a recording of you on your cell phone of you singing, whatever it may be, for this year's entry, but you got to have those in by March 28th. But there's a variety of ways you can get it. You can go on our website, WBDC.us, or you can give us a call if you have any questions, or swing by the WBDC studios and pick up an entry form. We've already have entries for this year's showdown. But again, we're looking for talent all over, whether it be individuals or bands. One common question we always get asked is if they allow backing tracks. And that is something we don't allow. And that is different than most country showdowns in the formal competition that is we didn't want this to be karaoke.
Right.
We wanted this to be entertainment for our listeners, give people a chance to perform with a professional band. And speaking of professional band, we are extremely excited for this year's house band, their first time, Jenna Rose and the Ramblers.
Yes, and we had the pleasure of having Jenna Rose on for last year's showdown, and she did fantastic. I believe she won second or third place.
Yeah, she is an amazing talent. And one thing that last year we had No Fences, the Ultimate Garth Brooks tribute. Unfortunately, they got too big for us. They are very busy. They're actually touring around the country, and they've got a new band that they're forming as well. So very busy, weren't able to make this year's showdown. So we were we don't have a showdown. We tested the Beezer. He's terrible at guitar and any other instrument. So we kind of put out some feelers to our past contestants because we want a country band. And Jenna was so kind to, hey, I think we can do it. And we got to talking and so excited. She's so talented. Her band's pumped. We're ready for this. They're going to put on a great show and, of course, do a great job backing up the contestants.
Right. And that's one thing that I think is so unique about the showdown is you continually have past performers and past participants coming back to continually be involved because they know how special it is and they can kind of share that with those who have maybe never tried it before or, those other ones that keep coming back because it is kind of like a family is kind of the vibe I'm getting from the long timers. And Ty, you've been dealing with Showdown for quite a few years, so I know you've got some experience as well.
Yes, I've been since 2003, 2004. So I've had quite a bit Showdown on my belt. Some of the past contestants, which again, that No Fences, Dusty Miller actually has been involved with the Showdown for years. And some contestants, they don't care about placing. They just have a good time. And that reflects on the crowd. We've had some crazy things happen over the years. One year we had a girl who didn't even place and got a record deal. We didn't know it. There was a Nashville producer in our audience and signed her to a record deal. And she actually made it pretty far on, I believe, American Idol or The Voice, one of the two. But just a fantastic talent. We've had great talent each and every year. Our very first winner was a band called Crossfire, led by David Wayne, who has won our showdown, I believe. I'm sorry, David Wayne, if he's watching this, 3 times, not individually once. He did with the Has-Beens and the late, great Terry Kindle, and then, of course, our very first showdown. So it's almost like a reunion every year for some of these past contestants that come back, and there's a reason why our showdown is so special is the other country showdowns that used to be were maybe held in a park with a couple of PA speakers and a microphone, and it was karaoke. We treated this as the biggest night of the year, and it continues to grow. Last year, obviously, hugely successful, and really looking forward to this year as well.
Right, and not only do you make the experience fantastic for the participants, but the guests have all kinds of fun. There's, of course, the giveaways and all of that fun stuff. But before we get into that stuff, there is multiple reasons to apply if you are ready for the stage of the Country Showdown. But one of the big reasons is $1,000 worth of big reasons, right?
Oh, my goodness. I don't think there's anyone out there that wouldn't mind $1,000. And again, that is our first place prize. We are actually in talks, and I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but we are in talks to have the winner of our showdown have an opportunity, maybe, again, this is preliminary stages, to perform at the Indiana State Fair later on this year, which would be really cool thing for our winner who wants to, because a lot of these individuals are actually trying to pursue somewhat of a career and see if they can make this thing work. Obviously they have the talent, but the more opportunities they can get under their belt, the better. So hopefully we can work that out with the Indiana State Fair, but that would be very exciting as well. And a nice crystal trophy as well.
Of course, can't forget Crystal Water Designs plug there.
Shout out to Austin. Austin.
Of course. And then again, also, it is really about that experience and learning from those things that you get from that live experience. You've told me numerous times being on stage is the most exhilarating thing,
It is.
whether it's in theater or performing something like this. So being able to have that under their belt and really gain that confidence is exciting.
I think one thing, and I know you can vouch for this as well, is most people don't understand when you get on a stage like that has professional lighting out there, you can't see the audience. It is just bright light right in your face from the spotlights. But again, nerves and all that, the only way to combat that is to get out there and do it. And so I highly encourage, if anyone's ever been on the fence, to get your entries in and give it a try. You will not regret it. And for one thing that we really want to do is keep our audience in mind and making sure that because let's face it, when you go out to events, whether it be a concert or any other kind of event, price is a factor, and it really prevents people from enjoying some things that they'd really enjoy. And that's why we try to keep our ticket prices as low as they are. $15 in advance, $20 at the door. I don't know where you can go for $20, even if you're paying at the door, for that kind of entertainment. And it's not just the contestants. It's also the backup band. It's the jokes and shenanigans that always happen on stage. It's obviously the prizes that you can win, from grills to big screen TVs, whatever you name it. We've had some fantastic prizes and trying to up it again this year, and just a great cause. One thing that we did last year was we partnered with a nonprofit. Now, we have not made that decision yet on which nonprofit we are going to partner with, but that should be coming in the next couple of weeks. But again, that's been a great addition to kind of help out those local nonprofits, just turning this thing into a night that you don't want to miss.
Right. And coming with that big event comes, making all of it happen and all the bang for the buck you get. But behind all that is the extra work that we're trying to do ahead of time. And so with that as well, the showdown still needs sponsors, local community sponsors, right?
We've had fantastic organizations that have stepped up over the years and help us put this on, because if you've ever been to Showdown, you probably realize that a lot of money it takes to put something on like this. So the backup band, Mark Headley, and the best sound company in Southern Indiana, period, just does a fantastic job. But again, that stuff does cost money, and that's only possible with the sponsors that have stepped up and helped us over the years. Some have helped us each and every year and always looking for more. So if any business wants to partner with, we're always up for new things as well. So just, hey, give us a call. I mean, we'd love to have you.
Yes, exactly. Because again, it takes an army and then some. And to make this such a fantastic community event, it really, all throughout, it takes a lot of planning and all the stuff that you already know as program director.
Well, one thing that people probably don't know is Beezer's rider is intense. And that alone almost takes 2 of our full-time staff from really now until Showdown to get all that stupid stuff together. The guy's ridiculous. I mean, where are you going to find? I don't even want to get into it. Every time I look at his rider, I get mad.
Well, we can't all be perfect. Unfortunately, Beezer is past that point, but there's only so much we can do there. And again, it's really about the contestants, about making sure that they get their night to shine. So I think we've hit on a lot of different topics today. Is there anything else you want to add besides a recap with all we need to know to enter? Well,
entry deadline is March 28th. That's a Friday, I think 4 p.m. Got to have them in there. We have to have those in. In the past years, we've kind of extended the deadline a little bit. We didn't last year, and we're not going to do it again this year. So get your entries in, because it does take a while to get those narrowed down to who's going to be in this year's event. Now, as far as ticket sales are concerned, those will go on sale. We'll let you know when those are available. I highly suggest getting them in advance, because a sellout is likely. We eventually sold out last year. But again, especially coming off such a huge successful year like last year, get your tickets as soon as they become available. Get your seat reserved and make sure you're ready for this year, because we're bringing the bang. 43 years. We're going to put on a special show this year. The contestants that have already entered, excited for them. Again, looking for more.
Right. And again, all of that we've talked about today can be found on WBDC.us. And you guys have been using social media. You'll hear it on air here. So there's a lot of different avenues if you have questions, or you can always give the station a call.
Yeah.
Somebody will answer.
Yes.
Maybe it'll be someone you recognize with the voice. Sometimes, maybe not. So there's a lot of different avenues there. But Ty, we hope that we get more contestants. It's always a fun time, and the more the merrier with this thing.
I say that, but it is so hard. And luckily I removed myself from that decision of who makes the showdown, because I don't want that responsibility, and our judges as well for the actual showdown. It's so hard because there's so much talent out there. But again, we're always looking to, not just here in our listening area. We've had people from Illinois. We've had people from Michigan, Tennessee enter this year's showdown, or last year's showdown. So looking forward to entries from all over. It doesn't matter, band, individual, whatever it may be. Get your entries in, show us what you can do, and hopefully you make this year's Country Showdown.
Very good. And Ty, remind us one more time, when is the showdown this year?
Friday, June 6th. Friday, June 6th at the beautiful Jasper Art Center. Show will start at 6:30. Doors will open up at 6, but again, we'll have more details on that. And we'll let you know, of course, when the tickets go on sale, because that will be fairly soon.
Yes. And can we expect you back again for another interview to talk about how great the contestants are?
I'd probably be here.
You'll probably be around. Maybe in the mornings, perhaps, because,
I'm usually here. I sleep over there, so I'm usually here. Just wake me up.
Just wake him up. That sounds good. Well, Ty, we appreciate you as always. And it's, again, very strange to have you in the passenger seat, but it's always I'm
sitting in the Beezer seat, actually.
Oh, yeah. We should put a title on there and everything. Make sure it's the Beezer seat.
Yeah, I got to get working on his stupid writer.
Very good. Always an honor to get to interview you and whatnot and get to talk about these very important things. So thank you for your time today on this beautiful Monday morning.
No, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to go back to sleep.
Very good. Well, as Ty does that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this 18 WJTS and 101 Country WBDC In.form. Again, the annual Country Showdown, Friday, June 6, 2025 at the Jasper Arts Center. Make sure you enter for the showdown. You can visit WBDC.us, stop by the studios, or call 812-634-9232 for all details, and you could win $1,000. Again, the entry deadline is March 28th, 2025.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.